everyone. Hopefully you are doing well. It is game week 2, and as you can tell, it is just me on the stream. First of all, let me know how it sounds for you guys as well. I am using a different microphone tonight, so let me know if it's any better or if it's worse. I'm just using one that's on my desk for a little bit more ease than the one that was in my face all of last stream, but hopefully game week 1 treated you guys really well. Let me know in the chat how many points you scored through game week 1. Welcome along FPL Hippie as well. Good to see you again as you were here last week. As I was saying, just me at the moment. Damo mentioned it last week. He is away at the moment. He'll be back the next week's stream, and Dom is on father duties at the moment. So he said he'll try and pop in, hopefully, for the back end of the stream. So we're doing my favorite thing, which is to stream by myself, but it is what it is. We do have a little bit to cover, but as I have already posted in the chat, get your questions in, guys, because you can probably tell it's going to be very question answer. We're going to have lots of opportunities to talk about our side. So get down in the comments. Let me know how many points you scored and what you're planning on doing this week. Welcome, Jackie, and welcome, Colm, as well. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So as you guys are getting your questions in, anyone that's new, if you are new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because it will help us massively get into the algorithm and get some more people to join our lovely community. Let's get straight into it, guys, because I'm not going to sit here and dilly-dally. We're going to go fallers and ballers to start off with. And the boys, in their great wisdom, have not shown me or told me they're fallers and ballers. So I'm going to share Dom's team up first, as he was the worst performing manager of the weekend, and he scored 52 points. And I happened to verse Dom in a head-to-head this week, which was nice for me. He didn't bench boost. Let me know, Colm and Jackie, if you guys bench boost with 48 points as well. Oh, 19 on my bench, no bench boost. Far out, Jackie. Should have ripped that bench boost straight away. Dom, 52 points. He didn't play a bench boost, which made a bit more sense after we saw that he had Dubravka in his team. For him, big differential here in Cody Gakpo, who's someone we're going to talk a little bit about later, 4.8%. He would definitely get the 3 votes for Dom's ballers in, or as one of his 3 ballers this week, to go with Calafiori and João Pedro, I would assume. I can't see much wrong with Dom's side. Like, he's gone the Man United defender, he's gone Nico O'Reilly, and, you know, had he gone a Vardiol or a Mark Gahey, he would have profited massively, which would have been good for him. So a little bit disappointed for Dom there. But again, no real other bad picks from his side. So I'd say he is pretty rock solid there around his game week 1 side going into game week 2. To be fair, he did have double United defense with Hull and Ipswich. I wouldn't have gone against that. I just didn't like going into game week 1 with only one Arsenal defender. In at number 2 for the week, it is me, my side, coming in at 398k through game week 1, which doesn't make a huge difference. Overall, I did play the bench boost, so it was nice in a head-to-head matchup with Dom to get over the top of him, and the bench boost did come in handy for me. Triple Arsenal defense was my, what I was going for last week when we spoke. I did pivot to Gabriel, which tweaked a few things in my side, which really hurt me, because I did have Ben White in that slot and I did have Cole Palmer, and I was pretty set on Cole Palmer last week, and then I panicked and backy gut sometimes, guys, I think, because you guys saw that I was very keen on Cole Palmer, and when I was watching this morning my time, I was like, what have I done? Like, I was so strong on Cole Palmer this time last week, and I would have absolutely rocketed me up the rankings. And then like the benefit of a Gabriel as well, I didn't have Ballard. Like, I panicked on Ballard. That would have been Christopher Ayer as well for the extra 0.5. You're talking another 8 points on the bench boost. You're talking another 6 points out of Gabriel, and I wouldn't have Enzo Lafay. Like, there's small margins, but it's frustrating when I did have it right. But for Fallers and Ballers perspective, I'm going to count the Arsenal defense as one. Gabriel Calafiori, Raya, very happy there. Iliman and Jai with an assist, and Defcon and a bonus point is fantastic in a 2-0 win. And a João Pedro has to get in there with 11 points for me. So 72 points for me with the bench boost. And my bench boost was only, 14 points, which would have made my matchup with Dom quite interesting. He would have actually beaten me, I reckon. What did I say Dom scored? Dom scored 52 and I scored 72. So I got him by 20. So I just got over him, which is not too bad. The last team for Fallers and Ballers will be Damo's team, who, we have very similar sides. Pretty much the only difference was he had Muharemovic and Sangare, and I had Rodon and Iliman and Jai. So he got me by 5 points because of Sangare. So other than that, nothing too different. Get your questions down below. Also, for those who are regularly in the chat, can you let me know if the mic sounds all right as well? Because I don't have my other mic plugged in. So hopefully this sounds okay, or if there are any problems with the audio. And if you guys are new here, could you please hit a huge like on the stream? That would help us out massively. And could you also hit subscribe on the channel? We 100% appreciate everybody's support. That it sounds good. So we are good to go. So what I want to go through tonight is some of your questions as well. So let's go through some of your points before I move through. So this is a big talking point here, Jackie. Hinshelwood. I didn't want to mention Hinshelwood, not because I don't think he's a good pick, because there was a period where I had him over Enzo Lafie in my team. What I needed to do was probably be firmer on what my wildcard strategy was going to be. I thought I was going to try and push the wildcard out a bit longer than, say, game week 4. So if I was looking short term, I probably would have gone there. There's a strange accent coming across. Unfortunately, you're going to have to get used to the accent, Colin, but I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. There was a period, but I was never set on it. I was kind of flirting with that pick quite a lot. And the Palmer one, the one that's really bitten me in the butt. So I'm not a huge look. I like I do like the positions that Hinshelwood takes, and their fixtures coming up are quite. You can rotate enough. It's just I don't know how I feel about paying $6 million for a midfielder. I mean, it might bite me in the butt, but game week 3 and 4, I think he's a fantastic play. I just don't know beyond that with Europe as well how that's going to look. But I think he is a great footballer, and then. He started doing this at the back end of last season. So there is reason to believe that it'll continue. So I love the pick. We will talk through teams towards the end of the stream. I do want to go through some key data from the weekend as well, because I do think it's important to help us shape our understanding of what we want to build towards in there as well. So let's have a look. No other main questions, which for me isn't the end of the world. So get your questions in, guys, as well. What is going on with Hub at the moment? Hub's going a bit weird, so we might just look at it from this perspective here. So let's go share my screen with you guys, because we are doing our data. No transfers, but we'll see how I feel before the start of 4. So I do like this point, Colm, quite a lot. Now, you guys probably can't see a thing there. I do like that point quite a lot, Colm. And I'm going to... Oh, God, what's going on here? Oh, hey, you guys definitely don't want to not see me. And that's not going to work. What is the best way? That's probably the best way to present the data. Look at that. There we go. Look at me leveling up here. Ooh, too much. Back to Gakpo. All right. Hopefully that view's all right so that you guys can see all the information. But I like it. I'm keen to just roll all the way through to my wild card, I think, Colm. Go early and then have those transfers in the kitty from the wild card as well. So pretty much have 3 banked transfers, I reckon it'll be by the time I get there. And then away we go. So data-wise, now, sorry, if I do this, it's going to be a bit annoying. So I'll try my best to not get my mouse in the way. There are a few players here I do want to talk about. So at this stage, I do have the graph or the table filtered by just shots in general. again, shots doesn't always paint the true picture because you can see that a Cody Gakpo has 6 shots, but he only has 1 on target and 2 inside the box for 0.24 XG. So I know he scores, and the goal he scored was bloody fantastic. It was a great strike, and it got us back into the game. But a lot of his chances were low XG chances. He misses another one only by a couple of inches, but again, it's from outside the box. It's a long range shot. So Gakpo's numbers might look a little inflated. The interesting thing for Gakpo was he had 3 key passes, which I like, and there was one he didn't give to Isak, which would have been brilliant. But anywho, he did have 6 shots in the game, and that is something to be mindful of. And like with Liverpool, and I know Dom's got Gakpo, and it'd be cool if Dom was here to talk through the Cody Gakpo play. But at 7 million, I think he's actually been someone who's gone quite under the radar this preseason, just because of having Szoboszlai in there at 7 million, and the penalty, helps to show the value in a Dom Szoboszlai. But if Gakpo stays and we, eventually either sign another winger or we don't sign another winger, I think Gakpo could be in a alternate universe, a pick we could be talking about a lot at 7 million. I just think, if we don't end up signing a Bradley Barcola and say it's just Minte, who clearly is a right winger, and we don't sign a left winger, I think Cody Gakpo could be a play. I wouldn't be buying him this week until we know whether he's going to stay or go to Spurs or go to City. There's just too much up in the air this week with regards to Cody Gakpo, but I do think he's someone worth having on the watch list to see what happens next week post-transfer window closing. Then you've got George from Everton as well. I mean, 3 shots inside the box, 5 in total, 83 minutes. I'd like to see where this fits longer term. I'll try and open a new tab here and see if this works. I don't know if Hub's got the heat maps anymore, which is kind of annoying because I used to like the heat maps that Hub had for each player. And if I go full up the stats, it doesn't work. So I'm not going to bother with that. I'll figure it out for next week. I don't know how I feel about Tyreek George. I know there's a role there that Grealish is left behind now at an Everton's, but I wouldn't be going there at 5.5. I think, I'll just go Sangare at that price for a DEFCON beast. Kevin Shard is someone I do want to talk about as well. 0.43 just XG straight, and 0.44 XGI. So not much creativity, but 5 shots inside the box and 2 on target. Another day, this could be an absolute monster haul from a Kevin Sharder. Hello there, FPL Empire of Sun. Hopefully you're doing well. I think my chat was working properly. I can see it now, so hopefully you are doing well. Kevin Sharder is someone who I really like the pick. I'm extremely keen. And when you compare, Cole Palmer, 5 shots, 2 on target, 4 inside the box for 0.24 XG. Sharder's had double the XG, which means his chances were high-quality chances in comparison to a Cole Palmer. I think he is someone who needs to be on your radar. At 6 million, I think he's an absolute steal. Last season was a little bit of a down season for him, but the year before, he was just banging goals in for fun. And he was someone who, there was Visser there. There was other options that were emerging. But now I think it's a real clear front 3 at Brentford with Dango Ouattara, with Kevin Sharder, and with Thiago. And I think on the right stretches, he is a good own. And Jackie, I think he is just someone you can just set and forget in your side because the volume of shots is going to be there. And there's not so much competition at Brentford anymore. Like, I think we know who their, front 3 is going to be. So I think he is someone who was in my side a lot over an Enzo Lafie. And, we'll talk about Enzo Lafie later, but I don't quite know why I ended up going there, to be honest. I think I just wanted a mini Szoboszlai for 6 million, but it was more a fixtures play, short term for me. But I think long term, Kevin Sharder is someone I really do like. And, we will look at their fixtures. And that's a fair point as well. Like he's, I wouldn't call it fluky. Almost call it streaky. It's, if the averages are, if he's going to end up getting, 4 to 5 high quality shots a game, at 6 million, we're not expecting him to return every single week as well. But I think if the numbers are there that show that he's getting in the right positions, I think we've got enough evidence to suggest that at that price he could definitely overperform. But I do understand that he's a bit like a Morgan Rogers. He will fluctuate, but we're not paying 9 million for him as well. That's probably the other consideration. You're not buying him in order to start, or and to return every single game. It's just not likely. I think Andy said it really well on his video this morning. It's rare that everyone returns all the time. It's just not the case. So yeah, I do think he is a good pick. Ducky, hopefully you're doing well. 79 points. Great start. I'm envious. I'm jealous because I was talking up bloody Palmer all last week and then I backed out at the last minute and it, not good. 2 goal involvements. Scored the goal, got the assist, 82 minutes. Keep an eye on the little injury, but I think he will be fine. Erling Haaland ends up playing 90 minutes as well, which frustrates me a little bit. As a non-Haaland owner, but 5 shots, 2 on target, 0.85 XG, would really expect him to score from those numbers. So I think we got quite lucky. I was tuned in. I said I was going there. But I panicked without Gabriel. So then I lost Ben White as well. Yeah, fair enough. If it's cramped, then that's all good. Oh, I said it at the start, Ducky. I had White and I had Palmer and I had Ayer and I made 3 bad calls on Friday. I panicked without having Gabriel and it bit me in the butt, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's a long season. There's 37 game weeks to go is what I'm telling myself. We got a long time plus a wild card to play. So it's not like I had a bad week, but I could have had an absolutely incredible week, but it is what it is. Haaland, I don't think we need to talk too much about it. I think Crystal Palace, I think it is this week for Man City. If I'm not mistaken, it is Crystal Palace away. Again, do I think he's going to return? Probably. Do I pray Bruno covers him 100%? And then I will free hit him in game week 3. So Haaland, 90 minutes is probably a positive if you are a Haaland owner already. If you went Haaland game week 1, you see 90 minutes and 0.85 XG, I think that's the definition of best case scenario. Obviously, it would have been great for him to return, but he will be fine. So I think we need him by game week 4 minimum. I think you can go against it this week and you're going to free hit in game week 3 and then you need him in by 4 and beyond. Coyote is a very, very interesting play here. The first defender that comes in, 4 shots, 1 on target, scores that 1 shot on target, 0.87 XG. I wouldn't expect a Michael Coyote to be doing this long term. We've got a year sample of him not being this overly attacking right back. He's a very good footballer, but I wouldn't be backing it long term. I think at the same price, you'd want to go with a Christopher Ayer as long as we know that Vandenberg is injured. Interesting point there from FPL Hippie. I wouldn't go there with what's wrong with having a nice shaved head. I reckon it's better aerodynamics. It might give him an extra yard of pace when he's running through one-on-one. João Pedro, I feel like everyone in this chat's probably got a João Pedro in your team. If you don't, he's someone that I would be worth going after. I think he is somebody who we need to have in our sides. Solis, 75 minutes. This was my flag with a Solis. Everyone's saying he's locked, he's nailed. I don't know. He's nailed to start, but we just know there's so much data around how many goals are scored at the end of games. I know Arsenal had done their damage. They were 3-0 up, and you've got an Eze sitting on the bench, but that is my worry. Like at 6.5 million, I'd rather have a Ben White short term for $1 million less with clean sheet potential and almost just as much attacking upside. I haven't filtered this from XGI, but, Solis has 0.24 XG and 0.38 overall. So his assist threat was quite low. Even though he gets the assist, it comes from a shot that's deflected. I don't know. I wouldn't be going there now. I think you've missed the matchup. And now you get an opportunity really to see. I mean, Aston Villa, to be fair, probably actually does look like a good matchup to target. And I probably should have gone harder, on Brighton in game week 1 as well, because the Villa just look at an absolute basket case. But I think a Solis is someone who, you profited from the Coventry game, which is what everyone's brought him in for. but I'd almost want to see now what happens in the transfer window with Arsenal. Now, if you are new here and you haven't yet done so, could you please like the stream as well? It will help us massively in getting it pushed out. And I can't actually see how many likes we're on at the moment. That's why I would rely on a combination of Dom and Damo to tell me, because for whatever reason, when I run the stream, it doesn't tell me how many likes I've got. It only tells me how many comments we've got. So hopefully we've got a few likes on the stream. So if you could help us out with some likes on the stream, that would be fantastic. I might need to do some little sneaky action here and try and actually open the stream up and leave it muted maybe. But the next player I want to talk about is an Alexander Isak. We got to talk about Alexander Isak. 4 shots, 2 on target, 1.03 XG. Everyone is talking so much about Isak and how, thank you very much, Empire of Sun, much appreciated. Everyone's spoken about Isak and how poor his performance was. There were 2 chances in particular where he is right in the box, right there, just doesn't fall his way. Then there's a Kirkes ball where if there's any quality on that ball and doesn't put it 6 meters in front of him, he just walks into an open tap in from 3 yards out. And there's another one from Cody Gakpo after he's just scored where his head's down and he doesn't even look. And again, he's just standing there going, just cut me the ball. I don't hate holding Isak now because I think he is got like, whilst Ekatike is out, thank you, Colin. Whilst Ekatike is out, I think I'm not going to say he's essential, but I think you need to have him at some point. I just think the penalty situation's an interesting one. Szoboszlai is just doing everything possible to stay on penalties. Like, he's just a brilliant penalty taker. I know he missed his last one last season, but Isak is the number 9. And I just think it was a circumstantial thing. Last kick of the game against Newcastle, away from home. Just give it as a Szoboszlai, proven penalty taker, and away you go. I think in the short term, Alexander Isak is going to be fine. Like, we're going to create enough chances. I've been saying it, throughout the offseason. I was going to say all offseason. I have been saying it all offseason, but we haven't been on for all of the offseason. Liverpool's problem right now is our centre defensive midfielder area and our defence. We're going to score goals. We are going to score goals. And as Colm has said now, the Szoboszlai took everything. He literally took 9 set pieces. And that 7 million, taking that many set pieces, he's either going to score direct free kicks or he's going to get assists from corners. So that's why at 7 million, I do like a Dom Szoboszlai. And where is the analyzer? Here we go. Sorry, guys. I have been fumbling around trying to find the analyzer. If I go game weeks 2 to 5, which is kind of the window we're in now, Liverpool's fixtures from 2 to 4 is Forest at home, Ipswich away, Fulham at home. So let's even go to 4 because most people are talking about wildcarding in game week 4. Liverpool have the best overall, easiest fixtures now. I really feel like you're going to want attacking assets from Liverpool. And the best 2 attacking assets from Liverpool in this moment are Szoboszlai and Isak. It's not Florian Wirtz because Wirtz will not play 90 minutes. And if I'm saying the same thing about Christos Solis, about minutes, then Florian Wirtz is in the same boat. Could Wirtz go and return early? 100%. But I don't want to buy guys at 7.5 million who are not going to play 90 minutes. So for me, if you're going to go 2 Liverpool attackers, it's Isak and it is Szoboszlai. And Dimmy, welcome along, Dim. And I feel like I don't think there's many players I would move this week off of to go to Szoboszlai because you're going to have to go down. And if I had Wirtz, I wouldn't go Wirtz down. I wouldn't be recommending taking hits going into game week 2. If you had a Ismaila Sarr in game week 3, I would then look at someone down and then him up to a Szoboszlai. But I just think the combination of Szoboszlai and Isak is important. De Kuiper, well done to everyone who followed Andy on that pick. Smash hit. Villa, we didn't probably talk about Villa's off the field issues enough last week. And we probably could have got more aggressive attacking that fixture, knowing that they're missing so many cogs to that team. But I wouldn't be buying into De Kuiper now. Their good fixtures are 3 and 4. And with the transfer window closing in that period after game week 2, I don't know if he's going to settle on the wing. Matoma, we don't know how long he's out for properly as well. So I'm a bit hesitant to recommend De Kuiper moving forward. But clean sheet, goal and assist, 3 bonus, like perfect game. 4.5 million. It's just a smash hit. Brian Mbeumo was a bit of a I didn't watch the game fully. I was kind of on and off watching. But again, 0.5 XG, 0.72 XGI as well. 2 shots on target. You know, another day he does score one of those, and then you walk away going, yep, all good. You know, if United do score first in this, you know, does that change the game as well completely? So, I don't know. I think you hold for Ipswich, see how it goes. Free hit 3. My plan was to maybe hold and see how United started the year, but I think I'm just going to have to pull the plug and go wildcard 4 after free hit and then start my season game week 4 and beyond, I think. But Visser is someone I want to talk about. 4 shots, 90 minutes, 0.94, misses a golden chance cut to him on the edge of the box. I wouldn't go right now with Newcastle because like their fixtures now aren't great, but they turn in game week 5. So if I go to game week 4, and even if I extend this out to like 10, Newcastle are top of the ticker from 4 to 10. So you go on Leeds, but then it's Hull, Coventry, Villa, tick, 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 Palace, Everton, Fulham. Thanks for coming. I saw a lot more from Newcastle in this game than I thought I was going to see from them. And I was really impressed. Will it stick for the full season? Who knows? But there's enough there to work with, and that they've bought into a system very short into preseason as well with the new manager. But I'm convinced almost. And you know, you get a couple of weeks now to watch. You know, Tottenham, Bournemouth again. They're not the worst matches. They're probably hard to pick. And like to be fair, Leeds won't be an easy start on a wild card 4. But I think a Viscera and a Malik Chow could just be smash picks that are set and forget and play them when you need them type operators. So I am very, very keen to look at some Newcastle assets. And I just want to watch for the next couple of weeks. What's the Osula-Visser combination like? Is Visser going to play 10 when Osula's on? And then is Osula going to come off and Visser go up to the 9? I think Visser's just going to play. Like, I don't think it matters, but I think we're going to see that very much. And well done, Empire of Sun as well. I'm very, I think we're very much thinking along the same wavelengths tonight, so I'm impressed. Yep, Jimmy, I was impressed. I mean, really, Gakpo scores a screamer and they give away a 95th minute penalty. Beyond that, we didn't look like we were going to score other than a few balls into the box. So, again, 2 more weeks to watch Newcastle and make sure it wasn't just Liverpool not knowing how to attack properly. But I'm pretty happy. Damo's been bullish. I'll make credit there. Damo's been pretty bullish on Newcastle from game week 4. And I think Malik Chow is just going to be a DEFCON beast, and he's good from set pieces going forward as well. Beyond that, we're starting to move into 3-shot territory, so I won't worry too much about that. So let's go player point predictions. And let's just knock the price down. Let's go to 10 mil, because anyone that's above 10 mil, I'm not too bothered by. And let's go over 3 weeks because people are looking to wildcard into game week 4. Had Zobo and Hinselwood all preseason changed to Verts and Gross. I get it, Ducky. I did the same things on Friday as well. It is frustrating. It is frustrating when you pivot at the end, and maybe that's just lessons learned for next season. Gabriel, I think, speaks for himself. This is why I went Gabriel. Just consistent. I was worried. What worried me from Ben White was the Consa signing. Not that it worried me for game week 1, which is annoying because this week I now have a benching headache, which I wouldn't have if I just went Ben White, because I'd feel more confident benching Ben White in a hard matchup than Gabriel. And I do have that dilemma this week, so we will talk about that a little bit later. Szoboszlai in at 2 for the next 3 weeks. It's not a inspiring fantasy pick, but he's the Bruno of last year where I think he's just going to tick over. He's just going to have that 5 constant projection because of the DEFCON potential or the attacking potential or this. Because the minute he gets an assist, he's going to get 5 points minimum. So that's why the models love him, and I think that's what makes sense. Virgil gets the DEFCON, saves it a little bit. There were a lot of drafts last week I had with Virgil in it as well. Over Gabriel. It would have been nice, not like, he did lose out because we conceded 2 goals. But I think at times he's going to be someone we do want in our sides as well. But I wouldn't be buying into the Liverpool defense right now. Saka, I think there's going to be a period where we're going to want Bukayo Saka in our side. So I think if he can stay healthy and fit at 9.5, it's a very good pick. Semenyo, I feel for those that own him because he is going to be a minutes beast, I think. And again, I think City will create more. I think Bournemouth probably looked a lot better than people were going to give them credit for as well. So I'm keen to see what Man City do and what Semenyo's role in this Maresca system looks like, because it was an interesting setup with Mark Gahey as the defensive mid and then Vardiol playing was he playing left back, I think. So I just don't know what the balance of this City side is right now. And, they've gone and signed Buati. So then what's going to happen defensively? And then what's going to happen to their wingers moving forward with a Foden as Dom joins on in as we're talking projections. Welcome, mate.
How you going, mate?
All good?
Chat? Good. Chat is bouncing.
Just talking about Man City, if you want to pipe in. I was just questioning Semenyo long term. Like, he's going to be a minutes beast, but what was your read on the Maresca's first game?
Not overly impressive. All 3 lines. No one really stood out to me. It took Cherky coming off the bench to win it for him. Definitely looked exposed on the counter. And moving forward, I don't know if it's a one-off, but
it was just a weird lineup for me as well.
Semenyo, yeah. I don't know. He's such a great pick, though.
I'm just looking at the lineup. Like, surely O'Reilly doesn't keep playing in the 10, and surely Gahey now with Buati playing, Buati coming in, Gahey doesn't stay as a 6. So
no, it was a bit. I couldn't believe it. I mean, as an O'Reilly owner, it was great to see the positions he was getting into. Should have had an assist, but obviously I don't think that's happening long term.
Yeah.
No. But it's just a real funny one. I really didn't get much of a read on them.
Yeah. Bit of a weird performance, but I mean, Crystal Palace isn't going to be much better either this week, I don't think, away from home. So,
no.
And then we'll get Coventry. So we've got some decisions to make for game week 3 there. Anyone that caught your eye this week, Dom? Because we'll continue the projections in a minute. Yeah, just players. Who are you looking at?
Outside of the main ones, obviously, like the Chelsea front 3 and Arsenal defensively. I couldn't really get much of a read on Arsenal, though. They played a team
Coventry
probably going down. Brighton looked dangerous.
Yeah. I was talking about Villa before, though. I think Villa's a big target fixture, though.
Wow, did not expect that. But Hinselwood got in some great positions. Yeah. I know you were tossing him up.
Yep, I had him in on Friday over Enzo Lafay. And I had Cole Palmer and Ben White in over Christopher Ayer. And who was it was Gabriel to Ayer. It was Palmer in over that 6 million slot kept changing. That was where I had Kevin Schade at one point. I had Enzo Lafay. I had Hinshelwood. It was that but it was a trifecta of. It ended up being Gabriel, Enzo Lafay, and where's my team now? I can't even remember. It was Gabriel, Lafay, and Ballard. I didn't have Ballard until Friday.
Yeah.
And then it was Christopher Ayer, 8 points. Cole Palmer, whatever the hell he scored, over Lafay. And Ben White over Gabriel. That was another 6. Wow. Just those 3 moves were the only things I changed on Friday. It was just I just kept pivoting. Like that whole setup was just, and I just kept coming back to Gabriel. Like I need Gabriel. So it just, I had to take the money out of Palmer
He
and
got the
put
yellow
it in
card too, didn't
Gabriel.
he?
What was that?
He got the yellow card, didn't he?
Gabriel did, yeah. He got 5,
Yeah.
but it was just like I got spooked by the concert thing, not for game week 1, but just
Moving
because I didn't think I was going to wildcard so early. So I was just like, I'm just going to go with Calafiori, Gabriel, Raya, and just go like put that in the bin and don't have to worry about it. And then let me focus on the rest. Whereas as soon as I woke up, man, I was like, I turned the Arsenal game on for the second half. And the first thing I saw Ben White pull it back, I was like, no.
Bang.
And I was like, God damn it.
It's the worst feeling. Like blokes you had in your team going on to.
Like I could live with the Hinshelwood one because that was just, I was playing at that point. That wasn't.
You're just looking at him, yeah.
I was on White, Calafiori, Raya for so much of last week.
I feel like I remember that.
Like that was my team leaving the stream on Tuesday, and that was the only real thing I changed was Gabriel White, and that's what dictated the rest was the money then. So it is what it is. It's fine.
Moving forward, Gabriel was probably the pick.
Yes, and if I can have a world where I now can get Palmer because Bruno comes out on the wild card, then I get Gabriel and Palmer instead of Gabriel and Bruno. So that's the long-term thinking. But
yeah, Gabriel's definitely the long-term play. Like when you won't be saying this when he scores a goal or when he doesn't get a yellow card.
Well, Ben White won't also be playing huge minutes when Timber and Cons is in the side. So
Cons is fit. That's the thing. He's ready to go.
I don't see him playing against Villa, but
not yet. But within the next month, there's minutes.
Interesting point here from Colin before we get back to projections. The Brighton being in the Conference League, it's a fair point.
Yep.
That's why I had reservations. And that is also why I didn't end up staying on Hinshelwood. And it bites you in the butt when he scores 2 in bloody 2 minutes as well, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. But realistically, how many is he going to score for the rest of the year?
He might. That's the thing. Because if he's but my issue with Brighton as well, the Promise David signing happened. So I'm like, well, is Jorginho Ruder going to play 10? Is Hinshelwood going to go play 8? I started doing that stuff as well. And I was like, no, I'm not going there. Lost Believer. And it's going to be hard for them to replace players at this point in the transfer window. So I agree with you there, Colm. I think that will be a big point. Dim, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it. Same thing with Dekaipa. Matoma's coming back. Kadioglu as well didn't play as well. So it's just another left-sided player who needs to be considered. I really think for some links with Verbruggen maybe leaving as well. And if that happens, I'm in trouble because
sure.
I do have Raya, but we'll see. As in within the league moving potentially, but I don't know how much I believe that. No, not now. I think Vuskovic, him, I probably wouldn't go gross. I'd rather just go Singare, I think, at that price. But I think Vuskovic is someone I'm definitely looking at 5 million, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah, I think it's hard to read as well. Like they played
Villa, who looked like they
played with 10 men for over a half.
Yeah, so I agree with that one. It was actually interesting to see Buendia play up front, but surely no one. A 17-year-old and two 17-year-olds.
Nicholas Jackson. But I think they're going to be in some trouble because they're in the Champions League, aren't they?
Yeah. They'll just throw that away.
Yeah, I think they might be in some strife.
Yeah. Isak, I spoke at length about him. What's your read, Dom, before I tell you my thoughts?
Didn't watch the Liverpool game.
All right.
Didn't actually see anything. I just woke up and saw Gakpo had 3 bonus, a goal, and defensive contributions. So
yeah, you thought something must have worked.
Something must have happened. I don't know how Isaac played, but I still think he's a great pick.
All right. I'm going to show you something that I showed the stream before. And let me just zoom it in a little bit. I'm going to share this tab. I'm going to put Isak on top. He had 4 shots, 2 on target, and all 4 of them in the box for an XG of 1.03. His 2 shots in the box were from a yard out. Practically,
I saw one.
And there was 10
yards.
Pardon?
It was that one on his left.
There was the one.
Skied.
Yeah. So that was on the edge of the box because they're all in the box, all 4. Then there was a ball from Kirkes, who all he has to do is put it within a stride, and Isak scores, and he literally misses him by 6 meters, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. And then there's another one when Gakpo had just scored, where he steps on it. Isak is standing on the penalty spot alone, and Gakpo goes to score a second within like 2 minutes and doesn't give it.
That sounds like that Gakpo I know.
Exactly right. So I was talking about how much I like Isak short term with these fixtures as well. Where am I? Forest, Ipswich, Fulham. He's a smash pick, absolute smash pick.
Yeah,
so
it would come.
No
it would come for Liverpool. Bit of a transition team at the moment too.
Yeah,
new manager.
Talk to me about JP.
Looked good. Looked really good. That front three. Looked something we haven't seen as Chelsea fans since probably since Hazard was there, honestly.
Yeah.
Just all three of them getting involved. I think they all had a contribution.
They all did, yep.
Yeah.
Two for the two, and then Rodgers with a goal.
Yeah, that's right. With no Europe, I think if you don't have JP, I mean, most people do. Most people that actually play the game have him.
Yeah, what is he? 122.7% he was this week.
So
people captained him. You'd be laughing if you did. Think about everyone who captained Bruno and Haaland.
Yes. Oh, if you're flying, number one ranked player in the world, Captain Cole Palmer. I think there's a world moving forward in the next 2-3 weeks. Maybe after the Arsenal game, you go Pedro and Palmer or Rodgers.
Yeah.
Or Rodgers. No Europe.
Go 3.
Few cup competitions here and there, which there's the depth.
I'll get rotated in.
Yeah, I think Palmer and Pedro, or Rodgers and Pedro, are set and forget. Especially with the limited striker options this year. Looked very, very good. Here's your set and forget. Here's your captaincy option some weeks as well.
Yeah, especially Hull.
Yes. Don't take anything away from Hull, but
it was more about United than it was about Hull.
Yeah, correct.
When Harry Maguire is your most dangerous player, then you got problems.
Yeah, did not like what I saw there.
Yeah. Rice and Buemo, Thiago. I mean,
not much to be said.
And Buemo for this week, and then you can easily just get off. Like, whether it's free hit, wild card, I think that's going to be a pretty universally sound structure for everyone who doesn't have Haaland. That is definitely my play at the moment. I do not want to carry Buemo and Bruno coming out of game week 3.
Did Buemo play as the? I don't know if you touched him yet. Did he play as the 9?
Nah, Cunha did.
I didn't watch too much of it. It was in and out. I was obviously interstate.
Cunha was the 9. And then Sesko came on, and Diallo's injured, so Mbuemo's just playing on the right, which is fine.
Cuts in
on his left. And Mbuemo on the right's not a problem, but it's just he had a couple half chances where another day scores.
I love him on the right. That's where my favorite position.
I prefer him too on the right.
He plays high, gets in behind, cuts on his left, and
his minutes are going to be solid as well.
He's lethal.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with him this week. I just think there's better value options than below 8 million that I would rather have in my side so I can put that money elsewhere, to be honest. Dim, this happens quite a lot because what United had to do was they had to take midfielders off to bring forwards on.
Came off, I believe.
Came off, So what happened was Sesko came on, Rashford came on. Like they just started throwing attackers on the forward. And Bruno then went and sat as like a deep lying playmaker and was just pinging balls left and right, which his creativity is still there in those moments. But that is Bruno then doesn't play as a 10. Like when United are chasing games, he actually doesn't play as a 10 because they're getting everyone else, further forward. So it is something to monitor. And at 12 million, I don't like Bruno as a season hold like he was last year. Like at 8 million or whatever he was. Yeah, I think it was 8 or 8.5 last year. Perfect to just ride it, but not at 12. Yep. At 12, you have to play the fixtures and find value elsewhere. And when you got Palmer and Saka both at 9.5, give me that all day long, over a 12 is my just early thoughts.
Don't mind that.
Thiago's an interesting one.
What's that?
Because Thiago's an interesting one just because people will naturally see he missed a penalty and not understand why the score's lower. But end of the day, Brentford won 3-0 and none of their attackers had a return.
Yeah, the fullbacks, I think.
Coyote, one of the midfielders, is it Jensen, whatever his name is, and I can't remember who the other. Oh, was it Lewis Potter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Sharda had like 5 shots as well, and Dango still looked all right too. So I think long term, we're going to want a piece of the Brentford attack. And Sharda was someone who was in my side for large parts of last week for that reason as well. 90 minutes, and if he's averaging 5 shots a game, there's going to be games where he goes and scores 2 and 3 because he's that type of player who can absolutely
definitely
boom. We've spoken enough about Palmer.
Yeah,
Talk to me about the Greek sensation. What's your read on him as someone? Did you own him?
I was heavy on him pre-season. He was one of the first names on my team sheet, and especially after the Community Shield, he was a non-negotiable for me. What did he got? An assist, got the clean sheet points, got in some good positions.
75 minutes.
75, yeah, exactly. They're selling Martinelli. Who else is there left? Who else are they going to play on the left? Trossard's gone. Eze, but I feel like Arteta doesn't like him wide. He prefers him.
I don't think he likes him at all, to be honest.
That too.
I don't think he's an Arteta signing. I think that's a Kroenke signing. Because how are you spending that much money on Eze, and then you got Odegaard
because he'd agreed terms with Spurs, and then Arsenal came in and last minute. So does that tell you, was it, they just bought him just
to block it,
just so, you can't have him, we can't, we don't want you to have him, we'll take him.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, I definitely like the look of him coming off that left side, and for his price point, if he gets a contribution a week.
My worry is I'd rather save a mil and just buy a defender and not use up that slot. I think the value in Calafiori and White is better use of the slot and the savings, and there's more midfielders doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? There's less defenders that you can get that will do what the fullbacks will do, but there's more midfielders. Like you look at Iliman and Jai, Kevin Sharda, Hinchell Wood, there's Sangare, who's a mil cheaper, and there's guys who will tick over a lot better. And you look at someone like an Alex Scott at Bournemouth again, he gets DEFCON like crazy. Yeah. These guys will tick over and play 90 minutes at a rate better than what Solis will produce.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's Solis only for the long run. Once I wild card out of this team, he's probably not going to be there, but I liked his opening run, and he's definitely going to be playing the next, 2-3 weeks.
Well, Villa now just looks a smash fixture as well. I mean, look, Villa at home, as in at Villa Park,
we know
not roll over.
Villa always turn up against Arsenal, but this isn't the Villa team we know. We've known for the past 4 years.
I agree with that. And then Scotty, Stack, actually Lacroix I thought was good today as well.
Had a real nice assist. How did he go on DEFCON? Because he's normally
he got it as well.
Did he?
Yeah. I think he hit 10 on the nose. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I think Chelsea probably getting peppered towards the end might have helped.
Have a look here.
But regardless, he got there, didn't he?
Transfers. Let's have a look here. He'd have to be one of the higher defenders, wouldn't he? Lacroix finished on 6 points, conceding 2 goals.
Assist.
He got 12 DEFCON. Yeah, he got there easy.
Nice. And the position he got into for the assist was crazy. Overlapping the winger.
Yeah, which I think he'll do because he'll probably slide in that right centre-back slot anyway.
Yeah.
No,
he'll play central.
He'll play central, sorry, because you have Reece James.
He just might find himself in these positions. And I think he's a good pick.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I will go there now, but week 4, it could be a triple up on Chelsea potentially with Lacroix. He is at 6 million though, so you do got to be mindful about that.
Yes. I'm not sure about that for a team that don't get many.
They're not going to keep clean sheets, but he could be a DEFCON beast again, like he was last year.
Correct.
All right, let's do it. we'll go through our teams for this week, and then we will answer some last-minute questions. Now, I am rolling, as I'm telling everyone to do. I have 2 problems this week. I have an Illiman and Jai size problem, and I have a Dan Ballard size problem.
I'll let you talk about Jai first. I got some opinions on Ballard, and I was messaging you about this during the game.
Yeah, I know. I hate my... Oh, that's what it was as well. I didn't have Joe Rodon in my team too. I had Christopher Ayer and I had Muraremovic, and I went Ballard and Rodon like a dickhead. That's what it was. And the only thing I've got right, I didn't think Fulham were that good today. Like, I thought Robert Sanchez was shit, and you should have kept a clean sheet. In any capable goalkeeper, you win that game to 0.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Which makes me want to play Ballard, because Sunderland at home is different than Sunderland away. Even with, and this, like I said this on Tuesday, they got defensive injuries, and I still went and I crumbled. I shouldn't have gone there, because I'd said it. I said they're missing Mukiel and they're missing Alderete. The positive was Alderete came off the bench. So I'm hoping that if Ballard and Alderete start, it could be fine. If I'm not starting, and he played. He played off the bench.
Okay, yep.
He played like half an hour. I'm definitely not starting Enzo Lafay, I don't think. Like, it's pretty much, it's either Dan Ballard or it's Iliman and Jai. I love Iliman and Jai. He's a penalty taker who gets bloody DEFCON playing as a midfielder. Like, there could be some serious whole potential. But this is probably the first time in a long time I actually don't have an answer on a Tuesday stream on what I'm going to do. I actually don't know.
Normally you're locked.
Yeah. I actually have no idea. I've been looking at it all day, and I still just keep going in circles. I think I'm set on Lafay sitting on the bench, because I don't see Sunderland scoring a lot of goals, but I don't see them conceding a lot of chances at the same time.
I love the look of him watching the game.
Who? Lafay.
Lafay.
I mean, you can't read into it. They didn't look good. I think at home they're a different story, but it was Granit Xhaka would be different.
Ipswich were up and about. Newly promoted teams always are, especially when they're open at home.
Yeah.
That's no...
And same as Sunderland, though. Like, so Sunderland at home coming off a loss like that is just, my anticipation is that they're going to turn it around. But it feels gross benching Iliman and Jai, knowing that I could easily have 5 points sitting on my bench there. But I can't bench Calvert-Lewin. I can't bench the midfield 3 there in particular. And Villa looks shit, so I can't not play an Arsenal defender. And I got to back Maguire at home. So I'm in a really... I almost should have bloody held the bench boost for this week. Because it's Verbruggen against Chelsea and Rodon against Brentford. But other than that, the rest of the team... I mean, it's why I built the team the way it is. I knew I was going to have benching headaches at the start of the season.
Though, you don't want to go the other way.
I know, but there's a world where I just go Ballard and pray for the clean sheet, because I feel like the clean sheet is more likely than an Jai return against Bournemouth away. That's the only other thing that might influence my decision between now and Saturday, is if there's any other news about Iliman and Jai, because you can see straight away, like, his projection drops instantly after this week. Dim makes an interesting decision there. Would you start in Jai over DCL? I think Leeds at home are going to score goals. I'm more set on Leeds scoring at home than I am Everton scoring away. But Brentford, again, is solid, but Bournemouth look just as good against Man City as well. So,
but I mean, I'd be going... Oh, Jesus.
I mean, you can see there's arguments both ways. I think Lafay's definitely on the bench. The last decision I got to make is Ballard versus Jai, and I just got to sit on that. So,
how'd Ballard go DC-wise?
9.
Okay. Oh, geez, that's annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying because the extra 2 points would be nice on the bench boost, but yeah, I think if the Fulham game turns into a basketball game, like the Chelsea one did, it's good for Ballard. And
You
that's
get
what's
this BC.
leaning me. That's what's
Yeah, it is.
leaning me that way. Because if Sunderland go ahead at home and then the ball's there, even better. Because then it's got potential for DEFCON, clean sheet, bonus, you name it.
Yep.
So I think I'll lean the defender. And if Njai scores off the bench, then so be it. Because really, the gap, if Ballard does what Ballard should do, the gap should only be a point or two if Njai goes and does something incredible. Whereas, so I'm betting on the lower ceiling, but the higher floor. And it only hurts me if Ballard shits it and Njai goes nuts away from home. So,
yeah, it could definitely go either way.
Anyway, that's my side. Have you got yours that you can share? Or do you want me to bring yours up?
I'll share.
Share it through.
Once again, rolling.
As you bring that up,
most people should be or would be.
As you bring that up, bench one of Vert, Sharda, Thiago Lafie, plus De Kuiper or triple Arsenal defense. Jesus Christ, Harry. Far out. So Sharda plays Leeds. Okay, I'd be benching Lafie because I'm benching Lafie. To be honest.
Probably leaning towards that, yeah.
Yeah. So if you only benching one of... Oh, okay. It's two questions. Okay. So play Vert, play Sharda, play Thiago, bench Lafie.
Yeah, easy.
And who did Brighton play this week?
Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. But he load up on triple Arsenal defense against Aston Villa and benched De Kuiper.
Aston Villa playing Buendia at striker.
With two 17-year-olds in their squad.
Without one of their centre mids.
Yeah. All right, okay, talk us through.
Rolling. Lamans, just frustrating.
You'll get the clean sheet this week, though, and it'll pay off.
Yeah, hopefully. We've doubled up again, so,
Yeah.
Go big or go home. O'Reilly hopefully plays that number 10 role again, which I think he should. Calafiore speaks for himself. Gakpo, I was so happy with this pick. I think he's 4% owned.
Yeah, it was low. I looked at it before.
Low. Was a no-brainer for me at that price point. Lafay, I don't know what happens here. Solis, obviously.
You can play him. In the context of your team, I'd play him.
So, yeah, my front three is I'm happy with that.
You're fine.
Front three. It's just Hume. Hume is playing as a winger.
His creativity, his numbers creatively was very, very strong. If you want to go for a ceiling, you could go Hume over Lafie.
I feel like that's the play.
But you're splitting, because if they get the clean sheet and you get to return, that's like big potential.
Yeah. But Fulham are quite good going forward. So I do see goals.
But he could come off before they can see.
Which would be good.
Because he won't play 90.
Yeah. Definitely. Robertson probably not going to play. Just not happy with this pick at all. They just have a good...
What do you mean? He got DEFCON. He played all right.
Yeah, they got smacked though.
Yeah, well, they suck.
They've got a good fixture coming up though.
At 4.5, he's going to be all right.
4.5 for these runs. Probably play him in the next 4 after this. Yeah. Sorry, next 3 after that. But look at this. I can't believe this. Newcastle home is a green fixture.
Yeah, I know. Newcastle. It's stupid.
Crazy. So that's probably where I'm lying. Pretty basic. Brian
Welcome in, Damo, as well. Watching on the go whilst he's busy making bank.
The man.
All right.
So that's where I lie. Yeah.
I like it. Roll the transfer. So we both have some interesting benching decisions to make this week.
As I think most people would.
Yeah. As Cortex does as well. So bench one, Gibbs White, Dango, or Xhaka. So Dango's playing Brentford away. Xhaka's playing Fulham at home.
You don't bench 8 million.
Yeah, Gibbs White plays every game. I know it's Liverpool, but God, we looked awful on the transition. And Glasner is a transition manager. So Forest are going to score. There's no way we keep a clean sheet. So
there's be a goal. There'll be like a 3-2, 2-2. There'll be something like that.
Yeah, you're benching Xhaka there, I think.
Xhaka. Yep.
No problemo. The fixture's not green.
Harry's a good one. Yeah.
Captain Isaac, Bruno, or João Pedro. No robot until next week. I am no robot until next week as well. My captain is currently on Bruno Fernandes, and I own all 3 of those, and it will be firmly on Bruno Fernandes all the way through until next week.
You have to. If you're going no robot, you got to be.
Yeah.
Because eventually he's going to go off.
Yeah, and I think this could be, a game where it's from set pieces as well. I think Ipswich are going to make it very hard for United. I don't think United are going to walk over Ipswich. I'm pretty sure. So,
nope. Damo's
what's
team.
Damo? He sent me a photo, hasn't he? Here we go.
Yep. Pull up his team.
All right. Let me bring it. Present. Image.
Dim Sim, I'd be going. Oh, gee, that is a pickle.
Neither of them
I think neither of them are keeping clean sheets.
Verbruggen's going to make saves at least.
Yep. Kinski won't make saves.
All right. Damo's team is Raya, Calafiori, Gabriel, Maguire, Zobo, Bruno, Embuemo, Sangare, Isaac, João Pedro, Calvert-Lewin. Damo is benching Lafie and Ballard. So I'm in a similar position, Damo. And right now I'm benching Iliman and Jai. Get in the chat and tell me why you're benching Dan Ballard, because we just had that conversation, and I'm leaning starting Ballard with clean sheet potential against Fulham.
And some
DEFCON. Talk us through. So you're going with Sangare, which is a different conversation because Sangare is another DEFCON. It's 2 DEFCON players going against it. So that does make a bit more sense to go Sangare. It's a safer play. Whereas I could go Iliman and Jai, but talk to us about why. There's a world where I could bench Ballard for Njai and chase the attacking potential, but we'll see how that goes. But we are in a similar position. I'm benching my Leeds defender as well, Damo. So our benches could look identical. Granted, our teams are very similar. We've only got 2 players that are different, so it's hard. And his is Sangare and Muremovic, and I have Njai and Rodon. On Bruno, just Pedro Pedro looks good, but I don't know if I can captain him against Brighton. I mean, Brighton coming off Europe could be interesting, but I think if you're paying that money for Bruno, you got to have the C on him, I think. So benching Ballard over Maguire, that's fair. That's probably that's part of my decision, Harry, as well. But mine's more the midfielder versus the defender, so I'm not set. Forest and Leeds play each other in the cup today. Yeah. I think that's the other thing. Carabao Cup second round's all happening this week as well, so we need to be able to react to.
I think everyone would bench everyone will play the second teams.
Yeah, especially for the second round of the cup. You can't be going in.
Yeah, we're playing League 2 teams anyway. I can't imagine anyone will have a player playing Carabao Cup in the FPL.
Well, Forest and Leeds are playing each other.
Yeah, that's tomorrow morning for us. I still think there'll be rotation there.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a lot of games. Brentford playing Birmingham. Coventry, Plymouth, Ipswich, Leicester. Okay, nothing that's too relevant tomorrow other than the Leeds one. When does Sunderland play? That's what I care about. Friday. No? What? Sunderland? Surely Sunderland are not through to the next round. Oh my God, they must be. Wow.
They're in Europe.
They've been in Europe. Oh my God.
They're above Chelsea.
The fact that Newcastle and Tottenham and that just buzzing me out.
Chelsea playing too.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I know Chelsea are, but that's so funny.
Newcastle play West Ham.
All right, I'd give the last couple of questions before we wrap it up because it is getting late here. I'd have to give the C to Bruno against Ipswich, whatever happens exactly. At that point, Dim, it rolls into Harry's question. Am I on wildcard 3? I'm on free hit 3 because I don't really see another point where I want to play my free hit before doubles and blanks and stuff in the second half of the season. So I'm just going to get my free hit out the way, get one more week's worth of information, and then rip the wildcard in.
Yeah, got enough data.
So that's what I'm doing. Sunderland in Europe. Yep, thank you very much, Empire. Damo back with us. Sorry, it was in her hands. Sangare looks so good on the eye and attacking returns. Defcon and Villa look so bad. So I 100% agree with the Villa looking bad, Damo. So I'm on triple Arsenal defense with you. I mean, it's different. Iliman and Jai is the cog that's got me thinking. Something just, I don't know, something's just telling me there's not going to be a lot of goals in that Bournemouth Everton game. That's my worry. My worry is it's a bloody 1-0, 0-0 type game that can go either way. That means that the ceiling is low, whereas like Ballard could get Defcon a clean sheet and bonus and absolutely go nuts. And it's almost like I bought Ballard for these 2 weeks. And I almost feel obliged to play him because it's just, I don't know, it's a home fixture where and Jai's playing away. Like that all kind of just rolls into the decision making. Like it's just, I'm splitting hairs. Like I'm really splitting hairs. So anyway, I don't know. I got another few days to figure it out. We'll see what happens with Everton. If there's any news about Iliman and Jai leaving, then I'll just go straight to Ballard. Like I think that's the other point as well.
Mm-hmm.
So because it doesn't seem to be going away. So it is what it is. Alrighty. I think on that note,
viewership was great, boys. I want to say
it was. And as we wrap things up tonight, if you could leave a big like on the stream, I think we definitely came home strong there on the way home. Plus, we need only 16 more subscribers to get us to 300. So if you could help us with that journey on your way out of the stream, that would be much appreciated. But from Dom and I, we will see you guys next week. Hopefully you guys have a great game week 2, and we'll see you next Tuesday night for game week 3.